Digital Romance TV.
Hello and welcome, my delicious friends, to this edition of Digital Romance TV. I am your host, Allana Pratt. It is so good to be with you and so great to get your questions, which just keep coming, and I just love answering, so thank you so much. I have a hard time receiving compliments. Even thanks makes me squirm. I wonder if this is universal or just my issue. Your theories, thoughts would be appreciated. Okay, it's such a great question. There's basically three things I see going on with most of my clients when they have a difficult time receiving compliments. The first one would be that you're not worthy of compliments. Maybe you grew up where there weren't a lot of verbal appreciation in your home, and so when somebody does that, you feel really weird. You had to find your place of worth someplace else other than, people saying something. And yet, really check in if you feel worthy of that compliment. Like, that's a beautiful dress, or, thank you for going out of your way to do that for me, or what have you. The receiving of that compliment ought to feel good, feel great to be acknowledged, feel great to be seen and heard and hopefully adored and appreciated, right? And if it doesn't, it's a possibility that somewhere inside you don't believe that you're worthy of that kindness to the core. In which case, I would ask you to stand in front of the mirror on a daily basis and just start to praise yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be thankful for the things. Like, start to give yourself compliments until you can keep eye contact with yourself and start to receive that praise. Because if we walk around empty as human beings, not giving nor receiving, it's a very sterile life, and it can be a very juicy, delicious life. Yeah? Okay, so that's one thing I want us to consider, that we're not feeling worthy. Number two, sometimes with compliments, we don't want to say thank you because then we feel like we're on the line to have to reciprocate. Well, now I need to find something about them and I can't find anything about them. Or even just the sense of obligation. That have you ever heard those parents that go, I love you, but really they're saying is, tell me back that you love me too, and then all of my insecurities will go away. That nobody wants to say thank you or I love you when it's such an obligation like that. So have a look back in your past, and is that why you resist giving or receiving compliments, is because you feel like you've got to now put out as well? I'm here to say you don't have to. Thank you is enough. So your job is, your tip is to sit in the discomfort of just saying thank you and letting there be an awkward pause if there has to be, and just revel in it. Have some joy in it, like, oh, thank you. Oh, that really makes me feel great. Thank you for noticing. I'm so happy. Just be there with it. Notice the gift that it is to another when you actually receive their compliment. Like, can you imagine going up to one of your favorite musicians or something, right? And you're like, oh my God. Oh, I remember doing this once to Derek Jeter of the Yankees. He was in a restaurant and he was with all these like supermodels or something. He was walking to the bathroom. I'm like, Derek, come here. I go, you know that play when like you were shortstop, but you weren't even supposed to be there, but you were there and somehow you caught it and it was amazing. And he was like, thank you. And it was simple and it was humble and it was grateful. And it made me feel good that he received it, because somehow it was my communication. It didn't stay with me. It landed and was like drank in. Like, can you imagine if he said, oh, no, and he just walked off? I'd be like, damn, I would be disappointed. So you actually give people a gift when you receive their compliments. Number three. Oh yes, some people are afraid to receive compliments because they're afraid they will look pompous or arrogant. Now, clearly, oh, the camera is blowing in the wind. I'm so sorry. It is a windy day here in Southern California. So let's just hope you stay still. All right. Now, truly, if you say thank you to a compliment, you're like, you're right. I am the shit. Like, the world revolves around me. Of course, you're going to be arrogant. But that's not who you are. That's not who you are. So you don't need to be worried about that at all. In fact, somebody who can truly receive a compliment is seen as more wise, more grateful, more grounded, more appreciative. Yes? So don't ever worry about appearing arrogant if you were just to receive a compliment. Just stand heart open, walls down, breathe it in. Thank you. Yeah. Just thinking about the emails that I write, I always say, like, heroically handsome Brad, or, deliciously luscious Gina, whenever you get emails from me. And sometimes I get feedback from people in tears, how grateful they are. Like, wow, you really mean it. I really feel it. And sometimes I get these comments, wow, that's more praise than my wife or husband has given me for the past 10 years. Ouch. I also get feedback of like, well, who are you? You don't even know me. Like, that's so insincere. So I get all of these incredible feedback from just simply loving you, acknowledging you for the magnificent creature that I know you are. I'm not saying you're perfect. I'm not perfect. And yet you're amazing. And I want you to know it. And so it's very curious that even just the way I address people in my newsletters elicits so many responses. So I say all of this because it's very important when you date, I believe, to have a sensational experience and let it lead to a lasting, profound relationship, is to be a good giver and receiver of compliments. Each of you are alone, right? And then when you come together, you want it to be a contribution to one another. You want to be filled up. You want to give. You want to just be greater by being together, right? So the capacity to give and receive compliments is going to skyrocket your dating experience to a whole other level. So practice giving and receiving in your dating world. And if there is such a block in your heart, and a lot of us have had, stuff happen where we need some tending to the wounds in our hearts so that we can give and receive compliments. If that is where you are, I would so love to support you. Simply contact my staff at admin, ADMIN, at allanapratt.com. And there's a lot of ways we can set up strategy sessions, or you can join my membership for group coaching, or you can do a whole private series with me, whatever. We won't know until we connect of what it is that you require for the greatest results. But there are solutions, and I'm right here, just so grateful to be able to have the privilege of interacting with you on such an intimate, profound level. And there's also lots of books and CDs and DVDs that will also improve your situation with great ease and joy and deliciousness. So just go to allanapratt.com and peruse around, sign up so you can be on my delicious newsletter list, and just know I'm so grateful for all the questions that come through and for being in your life. All right, go date, go compliment and receive compliments, and know that I love you to pieces. Mwah.
Did you know there's a 3-step formula to make a guy fall desperately in love with you? Go to digitalromance.tv/CHH to learn a simple method any woman can use to capture a man's heart and make him love you forever. Again, that link is digitalromance.tv/CHH.